Words. They're just words. In Turkey, President Erdogan uses words to describe journalists he doesn't like. He calls them ignorant, agents of subversion, foreign spies, terrorists. Hundreds of writers and journalists in Turkey have been arrested and detained without charge or are awaiting trial. Words. In China, censors simply delete the ones they don't like. President Xi Jinping told writers and artists they should work toward promoting party ideology. Nobel laureate Liu Xiaobo penned 7 sentences. He was arrested for his words and died in state custody. Words. Ukrainian filmmaker Oleg Sentsov criticized the Russian government. Iranian lawyer Nasrin Sotoudeh spoke out in defense of dissidents. They were imprisoned. Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi wrote about repression in the Middle East. He was tortured and murdered inside the Saudi Arabian consulate in Istanbul. Words. Asked how the government might handle journalists who did not stick to the official line, Thailand's Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha used words, "We'll probably just execute them." In Mexico, Ruben Espinosa, Anabel Flores Salazar, Javier Valdez Cardenas, Juan Carlos Huerta, and more than 100 other writers and journalists have been murdered for their words. Words. They're just words, and ideas, and films, and songs, and stories, and research, and internet postings. And PEN America's been advocating for them and their authors around the world for almost a century, in countries like Russia, Egypt, Colombia, Bangladesh, and Eritrea. Countries where words are not free, and free thinkers are in danger. So when the President of the United States calls journalists the enemy of the American people, or says a news organization is going to suffer the consequences, or threatens to use the machinery of government to exact reprisals, when he puts arts and humanities on the chopping block and denies the meaning of words, it reminds us of other words from other leaders and leads us to raise the question, can it happen here? And raise the alarm, it can happen here. Because these aren't just words we're fighting for. They're the lifeblood of our freedom. Words transcend borders and drive our curiosity. They're how we share, understand others, tell stories, and come together. Words allow us to know. They allow us to wonder, to kid, to joke, to celebrate, to love. Words are truth, and they deserve protection. Protection in Myanmar, in Mexico, in Russia, in Turkey, in Saudi Arabia, and right here in the United States. We need to be strong for words, and to be strong, we must come together. PEN America, louder, together.